At some point during the performance, Kokoto suddenly collapsed. The culprit was the first to check her temperature, describing it as scorching hot, to make us believe she'd fallen ill to some disease, while in reality, the killer had likely attacked Kokoto during the noise and excitement of the concert. We immediately brought Kokoto into her room. We used her finger to gain access to her e-handbook. The e-handbook pluses can only be turned on by its owner's fingerprint. The killer made note of this in their plan. Feigning concern over Kokoto, the killer made sure to leave her room last. They needed to do this in order to subtly steal Kokoto's e-handbook. As soon as nighttime arrived, the culprit returned to the scene after making sure since the e-handbook plus's power was still on, they were able to re-enter. Knowing they wouldn't be interrupted at night, the culprit began their preparation. First, they tied up Kokoto and then cut off her finger. They needed this in order to have permanent access to her. Once the bleeding had stopped, they stuffed Kokoto into the refrigerator. By removing all of the refrigerator's dividers, there was just enough space to store her body. After placing her body inside, they set the refrigerator's output with the intent to freeze Kokoto to death. Next came the disguise preparation. The disguise was the most crucial element to this murder, as they wanted it to seem as if Kokoto was alive. They stole the clothes Kokoto had been wearing, then set out to find a wig that emulated her. Fortunately for our killer, they'd taken note of the dressing room in the museum and planned to use it to their advantage. Naturally, people would be concerned over Kokoto, so the disguise had to be ready by the next morning, but the Monocruise had already closed its gates for the night. This left the killer with no choice but to create a makeshift rope and climb down the Monocruise. Upon arriving at the museum, they took a wig that resembled Kokoto's hair from the... However, this would create a discrepancy with the dress, so to accommodate for this, they destroyed the Yuki Onna statue and planted its... The destruction of the statue brought to... Not only did it fix the discrepancy, but also made some fear the curse of the awakened Yuki Onna. Considering the body's state when we discovered it, the implications of the curse... The next morning, the culprit returned on board the Monocruise right after the door opened, making quick work to remove the evidence at the... They also used Kokoto's e-handbook plus to send a request to Shobot. I was attacked by a void. I want to expose the void who would finally deliver said fraudulent exam... Dr. Grumpy accepted this request, but began noticing they made sure to remain silent even in front of Shobot himself, contradicting the killer's note of perhaps he was able to deduce the kill. Either way, his false examination made us believe that Kokoto had begun. With us taking the bait, the killer no longer had to worry about the two biggest issues with their disguise, the height and the phony paralysis. All that was done to reduce the risk of, in an attempt to provide ample and while effective. Over the next few days, we continued to bring Kokoto her meals. We all continued to believe. But the horrid truth was that the real Kokoto Mitsume was slowly freezing to death in the refrigerator. Right before she perished though, she used the last of her strength to leave a dying man. She broke 8 icicles that were created, proceeding to carve F on the front, then on the last icicle, and penetrated the longest icicle. There are 8 icicles with the letter F. That would mean the tallest. After all, the culprit was indeed without the dying message. Eventually, the real Kokoto Mitsume finally died, leaving the culprit with no further... That night, the culprit grabbed a pack the following morning. By slapping a liquid knife, we don't make the mistake of assuming... There was also the issue of Kokoto's missing fingertip. Had only that been so to cover the... Not only did this... Finally, all that was left to do was cover the room and body in dry ice to force the body to... The rest was like clockwork. Over time, we'd become suspicious that Kokoto wasn't answering her door, causing us to eventually... The culprit was If it weren't for perhaps this was the monster who had... It can be no one but you, Emma Magarobi.
No one but you? You said... It's a failure.
Just like the last. Now, ladies and will you make? What is it going?
Congratulations!
No way!
Fuck!
Unforgivable!
Idiot, that's why!
Hey, you! Listen.
I tip my hat to you.
Nothing big. I did it because I'm a void. Like you pointed out, just like Hajime was. I am Mikado's Koken. I'm sorry if you expected something saintly from me.
Duh!
Listen. I cannot be helped.
Are you for real?
You don't understand.
Also,
That's why. Huh?
How awkward.
What did you say?
Allow me to explain.
Indeed.
what are you
Well,
saying?
that's not good.
I'm sorry.
You are forgiven.
Oh, girl. All right.
Shit. Good grief. You see,
Certainly.
I messed up.
But
You see.
Then...
Darn it! That's...
but
The hell?
cut it out.
I cannot be helped. This is my resolve.
Even so,
Huh?
Wait.
yes!
huh?
But
Look. I cannot be helped.
What did you say?
that's why.
Please stop that.
say,
Now then.
You're amazing.
Please.
Ah, how boring. Careful now.
Hmm?
I'm